I'm in. It's a few minutes early, so I had just grabbed some supper. I was just underneath TikTok doing some readings, feeling a lot of energy coming up for people here. So again, if you're here, say hello, introduce yourself. Um, my masterclass is dedicated to help us connect to whatever goals we have right now. All right. So my program that is coming up on January 4th, 2024 is going to go from the 4th all the way to April 25th. And so this is something that we do once every 4 weeks. And so I just kind of wanted to showcase a little bit about how we can work on goals and then kind of come back together. So tonight I wanted to do this over YouTube so we could discuss things more publicly and have some interaction that way. And then next Saturday, one thing we're going to do is come into a Zoom call. And so our program's actually going to be over Zoom. So this will give you a little bit more of that intimate and interactive setting so you can actually show your face and talk. You don't have to show your face, you don't have to talk, and that's okay as well. But the ultimate goal here is when we actually get into the program, which is 555, you can do a payment plan if you like. We're going to get together 5 times over an hour and a half. And so, what's going to happen in the Zoom setting is that we're going to be able to come together, talk about our goals, talk about our dreams, our aspirations, and we want to manifest that. So we're going to find some ways that will help you find some strategies. And we're also going to go into the Akashic records and also see kind of, what are your records telling you? What is it that you really need? Because often in our mind, we'll think that we need to do this in order to do that, when actually what we really need to do is something completely different. And so we want to make sure that we're able to measure these goals as well by coming back together and resolving kind of the next problem, the next issue, because these are things that just don't go away. So again, my name is Robin. I own Horseman Readings. Welcome in. We still have another minute before this live is actually active. So one of the things that I specialize in is really tuning into the frequency of and the energy of other people. So the way that I do that is sometimes I'll work with cards, which you probably have seen if you've found me through TikTok or something like that. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient empath. Okay, that's how I'm going to describe myself. And so for me, the way that things work is when I, with your permission, go into your energy, I'll be able to see visions or things like that that can be really helpful to give you some insight in terms of how to move forward. But there'll also be times where I'll feel into your energy and see something maybe perhaps from your past. And this is why I use a tool called Theta Healing. So I'm a Theta Healing practitioner. So I am trained in manifesting abundance, basic DNA, advanced DNA, dig deeper, which is how to kind of go into the subconscious mind and say, okay, well, if this were, a worst case scenario, keep feeding into that, just to help you understand how sometimes our limiting beliefs can be kind of ridiculous, honestly. So, what we're going to be doing is we'll be tapping into things for yourself as well, where you can see, hey, you know what? I know this is a limiting belief that I have. I don't need you to tell me. I know that it is, and I just kind of want you to help me clear it. And so that's what I do as a practitioner. I ask you if you want to release that. And then again, as a clairvoyant, clairaudient empath, after I do that, I'll kind of like do a little energy scan, or I'll just listen in and hear, okay, what else does she need to work on? And so, kind of in a nutshell, I do more things than that. In my theta healing training, I have you and your inner circle, um, like you and the creator, and like your inner your inner circle, something like that. Um, I recently redid my dig deeper, my basic, and my DNA one as well. And then those other two courses were new. I haven't done the Manifesting Abundance in a while. However, um, it's something that I may or may not hop back into. But so I have quite a few classes in terms of the theta healing world. I also put my own spin on a lot of the things that I do, if you haven't noticed. So, you know, I don't always follow the rules, but one of the things that I focus on is, again, what is spirit led for me. I just listen in and I just trust myself. And so whatever kind of comes through is what I feel I need to help you with or offer to you. Okay. So yes, I have training and I have tools. However, a lot of the things that I do is really just tuning in and just seeing what comes through. And so this can be really helpful if you need to again dig into maybe what's blocking you from those goals. So if you're hopping in, welcome in. This is a free masterclass for my Foundation for Healing program, which will be starting up in January. So next week you're going to get a more intimate and interactive Zoom opportunity. So today we're just using the chat. So feel free to let me know if you're here and that we can use the chat okay. I feel like we can, but nobody has said hello yet. So again, that will help if that works. When I say the Akashic records as well, when I'm like, let me go into your Akashic records, a big part of the Akashic records is literally just by you giving me permission to essentially go into your energy. I just ask to let go of my ego and all judgment in this space, essentially. And I ask, um, source, higher spirits, can I go into this person's records, which will give me a lot of information about your past, present, and future. And often when we're in the Akashic records, let me know in the comments if you don't mind, if you know what the Akashic records are. When we go into that space, we can ask questions and we'll get answers. Again, so it's my job to interpret the information. However, if you also join in with me and go into your own records, you might also find that you're getting insight as well. And so, my goal here for this healing program is that we can interact with each other and help you resolve some problems, let go of some baggage, anything that's weighing you down, which is awesome underneath the 1111 portal. And you might discover some things about yourself that you didn't know. Maybe there's something you're grieving, some type of loss something along the lines of that that could even be as deep as a past life or something that essentially doesn't even belong to you, that which might have been a grandparent or something that experienced some type of loss. So a lot of times we don't really understand why we're feeling what we're feeling. Okay, and so it's my job to kind of, again, I'm just gonna dig deeper into what is holding you back from the schools. So obviously this is a little bit different than a Zoom setting, because in a Zoom setting, you're able to introduce yourself, you're able to talk about, hey, here's where I'm at. And so if you're able to hop on and talk about maybe where you're at and what your goal is, what you're working towards, or if there's a theme or something you're working on letting go of, then I can help you. And so outside of these card readings, Akashic records, and theta healing, a big thing that I help people with as well are, again, just like the basic tools. So once I find out what's going on from you, I can help you navigate this. So for instance, maybe meditation is something. Feel free to say hello, guys, in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pop onto my computer and just make sure that the comments are working. But it's just appreciated if somebody can let me know. And so it could be as simple as like, I'm really blocked spiritually, I'm blocked emotionally. And maybe meditation is something that you hear people recommending if you go to therapy or something like that. They might say, oh, just journal and meditate. I'm not saying that that's always the case, but often people will just tell you to do things, which seems like common sense. But hello, Salima, welcome in. But often you have been on my mind as well. Often there'll be, again, things that are blocking us from actually doing that. So someone's telling you, hey, you should do this. But then what we want to do is find out, okay, what's blocking you from actually learning this tool or doing this tool? Makes sense? And so there might be simple things that you didn't even think of that we can help you navigate. Okay. So feel free to let me know in the comments as well, not just where you're from, what brought you here. Hello, Tamara. And what are you working on right now? This could be as simple as I'm working on self-love healing, self-love practices. This could be I suck at meditating, literally anything. And so I'm inviting you to think a little bit about 2024, which is why I wanted to come in on during this like portal. And while we're transitioning, while we're starting to think just a tiny bit more about the future and what do we need to let go of. If you think about 2024 you in next February, better yet, between February and next September, where do you see yourself? What have you healed from? Are you healthy? And we can look into that for you as well, okay? So these calls, when we actually go to do the program starting up January 4th, these calls are going to be an hour and a half. They're going to be on Thursday evenings, so you guys get access to the replay. And then when we record that, it's also going to go into our membership group for our VIPs as well. So that's kind of nice if for some reason you can't make a call. You'll still be able to get access to that, and you can email me what you need additional support with, okay? I really like this concept. I've never done a program where it's spread out so that you actually have time to integrate everything and then come back. And so often I'll feel like I have a lot on the go when I do programs. It's like, okay, we're supposed to meet next week, but then I'm also in this other program and I work and things like that. So it can be kind of chaotic. And the whole point of doing a program is so you feel like you have time to apply this stuff and then come back and say, actually, no, I suck at this, or, I'm really proud of myself because I've had time to integrate this, etc. Okay. So, Salima, did you have a goal or anything that you're working on? Or Tamara? And if you don't have a goal, is there any type of emotional baggage that you feel like you're working on right now? Because my invitation is to pick one thing that you would like to work on. And if nobody wants to participate in this, again, I highly, highly, highly recommend come in into the Zoom one next Saturday so that we can actually have more of that intimate setting if there's something kind of holding you back tonight from doing that, okay? And then we can have more of the interaction. This was just a trial where I felt like if it were public, people could hop in and you know, get more access to this. The Zoom next week is not going to be recorded for anyone, so you have to show up, but it's also going to be great because it's very private. And this also gives me a better idea of how people need structure, what people are experiencing. So I was told when I had a reading, this person said, you need to do like some type of program over X amount of months because it's not just like a one-off with you. They need to keep working on themselves. And so I started creating now recently a package. So you get 5 sessions for the price of 4. So I've now lumped my sessions together so people can keep working on things because I just feel like it's really important if you're working with me that you are able to really prioritize yourself in these things. Okay, because that's what I'm here to do to get motivated to do stuff again. So Salima's saying motivation. That's your theme, okay? Goal to get socializing. Motivation to socialize. It feels like motivation to do many things, but we're highlighting socialization, okay? That's a great one. I totally relate. I'm working on healing my spine, which is interesting because the second I kind of sat here, I'm like, I feel like I need to sit a little better. My spine's feeling a little funny. Woke up with a bit of a sore back this morning too. Um, hoping they send my money, wiping my savings out. I want a new life. Okay, I'm not laughing, but it's just like the way that you worded it because it's like, like I can tell it's like, I want a new life. I can tell there is humor in there. Tamara, let me know. Is there a little humor in there? I can kind of feel that, okay? Just want to double check. So, Salima, block, drained, my work, and I have to get my thyroid out. You guys are really funny. I feel like I've attracted a funny group here. So yeah, emotional drain, okay? And I'm putting vampires beside you, Salima. Because I do feel like you're tired sometimes because you work with people, right? Are you still working with feet? And you're saying that it's interesting because thyroid, very much like that gland, right? Right around that area of throat chakra. living in fear of health, it just seems to be spiraling downwards. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. So again, I'm gonna put like fear of unhealthy uh, energy sucking you down. Okay, I'm already finding a theme for you. Sit up straight. Exactly, I have a twisted sense of humor. I can be in pain and laughing. It's all good. So can I. I totally relate to that. Feet, yes. Okay. All right. So right away with Salima, okay, I have desire for motivation, okay, because we're on a portal right now. So again, this is how I'm going to be structuring things in my program as well. We're going to be like, okay, this is where the energy is. So we're going to work with that. We're going to see what's coming through between now and the next time. So what I'm going to do is like when I tune into like the frequency and the readings and the energy here, it'll be based on between kind of now and next Saturday. So then when you come in next Saturday, again, that's not going to be recorded, so you actually have to come in. Then we can kind of see where you're at then. And so that's kind of my goal with this is to be able to have something to work towards, and it'll give you a little bit more hope on these dreams that you're inspired to do. That being said, there'll be times where you might feel like you're working on one thing, but then it shifts over to something else, and that's okay. But it's just to give you a little bit of focus and insight so you can actually measure some of these goals, okay? And I can't help but feel like November is really a time where people are stretched more thin. There's this the idea of like, oh, December's coming in, money, 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 and stress and all that stuff. Even though Christmas is often a time of vacation, right? We're going towards all the negative stuff that can come with Christmas. And then we're also coming off of course, summer, like depending on what your October was like, got Thanksgiving, we have Halloween. There's just like, it seems silly to even think about those things. Again, Thanksgiving is depending on where you live again, but it's supposed to be a time of gratitude, but yet, families getting together and we've got to travel or have dinner or whatever it is and all the have to. So I can't help but feel like this is going to resonate with some people of feeling like I have to do this. Even when I go to do pleasure, where we're talking about motivation, there's still work. And so that's where some of the emotional drain is coming up. So I can't help but feel like the energy of where you are, but also where the world is can play an impact. So let me know if you guys relate to that. Just what's going on in society or what's going on in astrology have a little bit of an impact or an energy pull on you, like maybe the moon or the portal. Feet is a foundation, ground, stand, walk, and dance. I like that. All right. So, um, so health is kind of coming up for the two of you. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight that here. And then so with Tamara, so with Salima, we've got again desiring motivation. I said to socialize just as a basic thing. We've got emotional drain, perhaps some vampires. That's vampires for people that don't know are people that suck you dry, that really feed off of your positive energy and kind of leave you left with nothing, and then they just walk away and they're like, "Cool, thanks. Really appreciated that talk." So that could sometimes be a client if we're working with somebody with the feet. They come in, they're like, "Oh my god, I had such a bad day, and then this is aching and this is aching, and like, oh my god, and now my back's hurting and blah 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 blah." And you're just like, "Yep, okay, thanks, that's great, yep." But meanwhile, like after they leave, you're just like, "Holy shit, I need to smudge this whole place." Just using that as an example, right? And so they might have been a really nice person that they just have a lot of problems, but again, it's kind of how we're feeling with that energy, right? Because we need to kind of work on that ourselves to make sure that if we are attracting people like that, that we're able to kind of handle it, how to address it with boundaries, etc. Tamara saying, okay, yeah, I've already read that one. Money, very concerning. My visa got compromised. Have to pay back COVID business loan. Okay, yeah, no problem. So we'll touch on that. I'm glad money's coming up there. Kind of getting like we're gonna do some muscle testing here, but like money is the root to all evil. I don't know if you relate to that. Maybe Salima, you can muscle test. Money is the root to all evil. Something really, really, hello, welcome in, Regan. It's something super easy, to feel, but sometimes we might have cleared that in the past and then sneaking back up. So Regan, welcome in. We're just starting off here. So what we're working on is my Foundation for Healing program that's starting up in January. So just giving you a little insight, just a little masterclass on a little bit of like what we're going to be working on. So we're also next Saturday going to be doing this in a Zoom style. So if you click my link tree, you'll be able to get the link for that as well. And so we're working on some goals. Okay, just where you're at doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. We're doing some supportive energy, and we're just going to go with the flow with this. And so we're going to be doing some theta healing, Akashic records, messages, and just to see where things are. Okay, just to get you helping, like to get you back on track. So if there's just emotional baggage coming up, like I don't have any goals, I'm just like feeling like, again, I'm already always in a downward spiral because we were kind of seeing that with someone. So just feel free to share that here, okay? What brings me here is I saw you on TikTok feed. Okay. Yes, money, honey. Waiting since July for check from Workman's Comp. Okay, so we're seeing themes, and so this is what will happen when we're in group settings. And we'll find a common ground, which is where everybody is, and then that's what I know that we need to clear and release the energy. But that being said, I kind of want to ground everybody and get into a more relaxed state as well, so we can start to tune into our clairs as well, seeing what we can see for ourselves. And then what you'll find is maybe things will shift. I thought that money was the issue. Turns out it's just my relationship status. I thought that my back was an issue. Turns out I just suck at asking for help. Just using that as an example. So Regan, again, you can share if you want to participate if there's a goal that you're working on right now, okay? Because I'm going to start this up in January, but I'm kind of getting a feeling for again how people are going to what people are going to need and how they need it. It gives you guys a little bit of insight in how we can structure things as well. Okay? So, all right. So the other thing that was coming up is like fear of unhealthy energy, kind of bringing you down. What's in January? So Tamara, my Foundation for Healing program. Okay, so that's kind of what this master class is about. I'm working towards writing a book. Okay, I love that, Regan. So I'm gonna write you down. So creative projects is kind of what I'm gonna call it. Okay. Just as like a theme. So yeah, so the program that is starting up January 4th, it's $555. You can do a payment plan if you want Canadian. It's from January 4th until April 25th. So we get together every 4 weeks or so. So we get together 5 times, and it's going to be very similar to this, only it's in a Zoom setting. So next Saturday night, I'm doing another one of these in the Zoom class, okay, just to help you understand. If you want to know more about that program, you can click my link tree. You can sign up for it, or you can just read about it. But essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be along the lines of this. So your first class would be us kind of in a setting figuring out where you want to take yourself for your 2024. And then when we get back together, so you'll have kind of things that you can work on or not work on, and then we get back together and we reevaluate, and we'll kind of work with the energy that way, okay? So the readings I feel like are going to be helpful as well to give you more insight on, what's to come over your month as well, okay? Relationship status, lack of one, and getting older is concerning. So again, health just keeps popping up here because with the relationship status of like, like I'm not going to have this. So lack, don't have, love. I'm just kind of putting words into your mouth, but you know what I mean. Trying to live my best life, but I can't seem to get my butt in gear. So motivation, yeah, it's like this idea of I need to live my best life. Somebody told me once upon a time I need to live my best life, or when I die, I'm gonna wish I did more or something like that. I don't know. Salima, do you feel like in the end, because of age, you might get to like 60 and have regrets if you didn't like do the bucket list or get all the things? Does anybody else relate to that? If that you have a bucket list, or you wish you had a bucket list, or you wish you were doing your bucket list? Another main goal is continuing therapy and healing interpersonal relationships. Okay. So I'm going to say healing and growth, and then I'm also going to highlight relationships. So what I'm kind of doing is taking notes here. We're in a group setting of like kind of what everybody's theme is. So we've got health, we have relationships, we've got money, and then we kind of have like fears and some emotional drain. Okay, so if there's anything else, shout it out. Okay, but I feel like everybody here have not dated since 2009, and I'm 56. Okay, so dating, that comes up a lot. Okay. Nature love. We have another person here. Hi, everyone. Came in from Facebook. Yes, I can relate to that. Feeling, do I know you, nature love? Just curious. Feeling heavy and stuck right now. Want to start my own business, but feeling challenged when it comes to figuring out what I want to do. So you want to be an entrepreneur. Wish I was in a relationship. I think I just miss I was in a relationship. Okay, yeah, because you're divorced, right, Salima? And that's actually when I met you. I believe you were just going through a divorce, so you were recently single, I believe. But I know you are tired and you work a lot and things like that. It's Kim Melanson. Okay, perfect. All right, I have a hard time putting faces to names these days online because I've just, like I said, they're just new people and that's fabulous. Um, so yeah, so welcome in, Kim. Okay, so we're gonna put you down here as well. It's funny, I was picking up on the name Kim earlier. So one of the things that's coming up for you is stuck in heavy. Again, I was kind of feeling like as a theme, just energy in general. Divorced, yes. Okay. Hi, Autumn. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. So stuck in heavy, Kim, and wanting to start up that business, but it feels like just learning how to like kind of get a little bit again, motivation, ideas, more spiritual connection, more alignment towards your path. That's what I'm getting. So perfect, you're in the right place. That's fabulous. Okay, so we're getting more information here in a group setting. So Autumn, do you have anything you're working on? This could be emotional baggage, which is kind of like, hey, this is what I'm carrying around. I'm kind of sick and tired of it. Again, keeping in mind, where do you want to be in February 2024 or anywhere between February and September? That's what's coming up because I feel like that's giving me chills. I kind of want to like be able to visualize, all right, I see you here, I see you there, etc. Okay? So I'll give you a moment here, Autumn, to do that. We're gonna ground ourselves. And guys, spew out anything else that you feel like it's like, actually, and I want this. Actually, and I need this. Okay? So, that being said, one date since 2009. Tamara, you are very funny. Okay? So, it feels like love partnerships. I'm gonna put that down. Love and partnerships. So, we kind of have like all types of partnerships, but love is in there as well. Okay. I'm hearing love will keep us alive. There is romance here, by the way. I don't really want to date. I want a companion. Okay. All right. So probably why I was feeling into the energy of friendships as well. My emotional baggage is my ex who broke up with me and lives provinces away. I'm trying to um I'm trying to heal from him and my friend group. They couldn't support me after the breakup. Okay, so what I'm getting for you is strong, powerful new beginnings with the right people, okay? So relationships, yes, but in general, because we're in that portal right now and the new moon's coming in, I'm going with just like really beautiful new beginnings. So opening yourself up to like anything in a way that's aligned for you right now. I really feel like that will be helpful, okay? I know I have blockages. Okay, Tamara. So, and also maybe Tamara letting go of judgment. Okay. So spirit knows everything that we say here. So when we can verbalize it, it's okay. This is a good place for you to verbal diarrhea, vomit all over this place because we're here to release it. So if you see this as like a full moon ritual, if you've done any of those with me, it's kind of like, or if we've worked together in any type of setting, it's like, okay, so let's kind of scoop all this crap up. Feel like saying shit. Shit's my word of the week. And we're just gonna kinda crumple it up, burn it, or politely dump it. And if you're really, really sensitive, that might feel a little overwhelming for you, but I kind of feel like you can handle it. So you wouldn't be here if you couldn't handle it, okay? So for anyone that's also creeping in and not writing anything down, that's fine, but it will help. I feel I do too, Tamir. Okay. I love that you guys are connecting with each other. So I really hope that everybody will find the time and space for themselves to schedule in next week's um, Zoom call for this same style of healing, so we can take what we did tonight and then hop over into the intimate setting, and you'll find a big difference, okay? Verbal judgment, I had a dumb moment. Okay. Once. Another associate at work, better relationship with parents. They are old and losing it. Okay. Yeah. I'm hearing compromise here, Salima. So you're kind of working on more of the give and take. And I literally think everybody is working on that right now. Okay, so anything else, guys? Shoot it out. All right. So if you can, which I know you can, okay, I'm worrying about my future a bit and supporting myself to make my family happy. I feel a bit lost with my purpose. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like there's a little bit of discomfort, Regan. So that again still feels like energy related. So I'm kind of getting just balancing life, and specifically right and left side of the brain, masculine, feminine, in my membership group as well. Um, in my last program, my signs and symbols talk, we spent a lot of time on the masculine and feminine. That was really coming up because when we do intuitive work, we're using the feminine, and when we, go get into like the business side of things, we're often using the masculine. And so it's really important to identify with both of those things. All right, I feel like I lost a couple of people that I was working with here. So we're going to ground everybody with permission. So just saying yes. If you don't write yes in the comments because you want to just like not have to type, just say yes out loud. If you can't say yes out loud, just say yes in your head. Okay? But the energy has to be agreed upon. Okay? So with your permission, we're going to ground everyone here in this space. Okay. So judgment is already popping up. So would you like to know that it's safe to let go of any judgment so that you can ground? Good. Somebody has a little ADD, a little hyper in here. So would you like to know that it's safe to calm your nervous system down while grounding? Taking a deep breath here. Elongating that breath as we draw the energy up from the earth. No judgment here. Maybe if you're having a hard time relaxing, create a little comfort for yourself. Do your best to not worry about lining the spine or relaxing the jaw. Just creating comfort for yourself and allowing yourself this space and time just for you. And as we open up all of your chakras here, we're going to call in some energy healing for you. And if there is any sadness or darkness or worry, I'm just inviting you to kind of shut all that stuff off right now. And just like you would shut down a computer or close up for the day, I'm going to invite you to visualize a door closing right now, just in your mind. And as you close this door, allow this to represent something old from your past that you're officially letting go of. And just notice how it feels to shut the door. Making it that easy right now. And we're not gonna open up a new door right now, okay? We're just gonna focus on being mindful that we're closing the door, because we don't always need to open up a door the second we close the door. There's a process. And if in your mind you can just visualize anything from the past it's coming up for you, whether that's related to what you're currently letting go of or something that you already mentioned. Just allow yourself to explore the first time this became an issue for you. And as you do this, I'm going to go into the Akashic Records for all the people watching here, joining us in this space. And so, what did it feel like to experience this for this first time in your life? It could have been an emotion that was new for you. And you can share in the comments if you want what that is, or you can just observe it. What type of fear was there for you? Was this, I don't want to get hurt, this is uncomfortable? And even if this, again, is a little uncomfortable to pull up and pull out, just by being aware of that, it's helpful. So, what we're going to do is energetically, because we're working with energy tonight, it feels, you're going to take that memory, take that situation. We're going to open up that door that we already closed using visualization. And we're going to take that person, it feels like, but just the whole situation. As we open up that door, we're going to throw that situation through the door. Okay? Let that door be open now. And notice how it feels to have the door open after you closed it. And how does it feel to have something from the past thrown through the door, but leaving that door open? Is that uncomfortable? I don't want my parents to emotionally abandon me. Okay. Family betrayal and pain. So lots of stuff coming up. And send you guys so much love here and thank you for being so open about this. Loneliness. I felt lonely, so I watched TV. Okay, yeah. Trying to make yourself feel better. Everybody here is just like, yeah, they're just like they want it to be different, but it's not, right? So again, just noticing how it feels to take that and pop it through the door again after we reopened this, but we haven't shut the door yet. Noticing if that's uncomfortable or if it's like, that's okay. I know the door's going to get closed soon. You know, how does it feel to maintain that door open? And kind of open the wounds back up, right? Trusting that you have the control or the power at any time. You can shut this door if you like. But for now, we're going to keep it open. Light coming through. I like that. So I'm going to invite you as well to pick another situation in your current life that also is related to these same emotions. So it could be for Salima, loneliness. Was there another time in your life where you also felt the same emotion? Or for Tamara, that betrayal. Has there ever been anybody else in this current life for you that's caused you the same amount of pain? So just observing it and exploring it. And we're just kind of digging it up. So Regan's talking about kind of like abandonment, right? And so was there ever a time in your life as well, in this current life, where you felt like Someone wasn't there for you, or someone left you high and dry just when you were going through a difficult time. Yeah, same as marriage. Yes. I was kind of guessing that too. So we're seeing a little bit of a theme here from the past without judging it, just becoming aware that this is exactly what you're meant to be clearing right now. Okay. So currently I watch a lot of TV. Yes. So we're just going to allow ourselves to take this situation the same way we did with the last one, and we're gonna just throw it. Netflix, yes, we all do that. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna throw it through the door, and it's no longer where you are. And with your permission, we're gonna do a little theta healing here. Would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to take these past issues and completely erase them? If so, just say yes. So one thing I'm hearing right away is I'm the captain of my own ship, right? There is one person who's working on entrepreneurship. We've got another entrepreneur in here as well. I think we have a few actually. Got a writer. So would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to actually be the captain of your own ship? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have healing while you're still navigating your life? Taking a few deep cleansing breaths here. Okay. And would you like to let go of any judgment that's coming up as a result of all of this? A repetitive judgment, the habit of judging? Good. And there's someone who thinks that judging things serves them. And we'll get to your watching TV here as well. So how does judging serve yourself? Anybody that's still doing that, that thinks it's working for them in some way where they can control it, what do you think how judgment is serving you or helping you? Let me know in the comments. For instance, like if I think that, um, even just like not just judging myself, but if I judge time, for instance, like it's like, okay, I've been on here for 42 minutes or something. If I'm like, okay, well, that means I'm halfway done, or oh, better wrap it up now. Just using that as an example, judging time. I might think that serves me because now I'm having healthy boundaries because I'm measuring time. When actually all I'm doing is judging time and then putting pressure on myself. Does that make sense? So I know that it's not serving me, but there's a little piece of me that's doing it because I secretly think that it's helping me in some way, and essentially that's why I'm doing it. So I can't really break that cycle or pattern if I don't realize it's really not working for me and that this is still coming up from somewhere. So I could take, for instance, let me know, do you guys relate to this? Do you judge time? Like, do you put pressure on yourself around time or pressure to even have boundaries? Like, I've gotta make sure that I communicate this so that I have healthy boundaries. Again, I feel like I need to live my life to the fullest because that's what people do. So watching TV is just not fulfilling your purpose. Shame on you. Just using that as an example. Yes, I do time. Okay, yeah. So complete opposite of trust, right? Because that's our ego, that's us being in our heads, being like, "No," like, we're we're here, we've got priorities, we've got other stuff to do, can't lose track of time, we've gotta keep track of the bills, gotta keep track of this, gotta keep the house clean, have to make sure everybody's safe, gotta make sure all the doors are locked. We learned about this in the Signs and Symbols program as well. So Salima, once you're back into the membership group, make sure you check the Signs and Symbols program and the Psychic Development one as well. I think that can be helpful for you if you didn't catch those already. Um, and I should go to the gym instead of sit here. Yeah, so like all the judgments and all the pressures, which deep down, at the end of the day, they really don't matter, do they? Those are just thoughts that we're putting on ourselves that we were taught are important things, but are they really that important? Sure they are, but from a scale from 1 to 10, right now, how important are they? Well, it's obviously bothering you, but is it really something you had to do? So it's how we're valuing our time, essentially, and the pressure that we're putting on ourselves around time. So would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have a healthy balance with time? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have a healthy balance with money? Would you like to know what it is to have a healthy balance with how you spend your time so that you can do things that are actually going to help you and heal you versus all the other shit, crap that you've been doing up until this point? Okay, so by agreeing to this is again called theta healing. You can read about that in my blog if you would like through my website, horsemanreadings.com. You can muscle test again. Is this like, do I do this? So get your yeses and nos, and you'll know. Don't lie to yourself. And I'm hearing there's someone saying, "I occupy my time I occupy myself or my time in my life fairly well." Well, 90% of the time. So is there anyone who feels like, "Oh, I'm pretty good, but there's only just this little thing?" Because it does feel like sometimes that 10%, that last 10% is actually the stuff that is most important, like, where motivation creeps in, right? That last 10% could be what's holding you back from staying motivated. So I feel like getting clarity on this could be helpful. Kids ripping on me for weight gain. Mom, just get back to work, or are you really hurt or just need time off? Okay, that sucks. So other people's judgments, other people's pressure, that external, for sure, that makes sense. Yes, no more escaping. I love that. Okay. Okay. So I'm kind of feeling like we need to pull up some cards around this, okay? Yes, I feel that. Okay. So this is a really beautiful card that's coming through here. Okay. I'm getting toxic energy, drama, things like that, because we were talking about that emotional drain here. Okay. So my red cape is on vacation. You're funny. So one of the things that comes up here is it's important to recognize it feels like, why are you escaping? Can anybody answer that? Like maybe you feel like you were supposed to go to the gym, but you're escaping being here. Or maybe do you feel like the gym is an escape for you, so you can avoid doing the work. And you wouldn't think the gym is an escape, but sometimes when we're not balanced, body, mind, and spirit will overcompensate with body when we need to be working on spirit because that's what's familiar or comfortable to us. Does that make sense? So feel free to just share whatever is just lingering in the back of your head, even if it's not related, okay? I think there's someone in here that's like still exploring spirituality as well. It feels like that's a physical form of being productive. Okay, yeah, very tangible. Okay, yeah. And so, so Regan, and it's good to measure here, right? So everybody can do this, okay? When it comes to your physical body, because some people are working on motivation, we'll call them a coach potato. Other people are having like they're literally physically not able to do certain things. We have other people who feel like they need to always be doing physical things. So from 1 to 10, and you can take a piece of paper and use your intuition here. I'm encouraging everybody to use the intuitive tonight. From 1 to 10, physically, okay, how much of your physical are you working on right now? Like, is it like 80% of the time I'm working on balancing my physical, 40% of the time. So if you could just intuitively get that number, and then I'm going to encourage you to plug it in here and be as honest as you can. So when I think about my physical body right now, I've been working on it. I'm getting like 70 to 73%. And that's only because I just started prioritizing that. So it's in the now. It's not over the last week. It's literally in the now. Where do you feel you've been? Where's your progress? what type of attention have you putting on that? Healing spine injury. I actually think the universe took me down to be me, get my things done, not everyone else, my spiritual things too. Yeah, and you know what? Absolutely, we can run into burnout. I don't know if anybody's experienced burnout here. We can become sick for sure, and then all of a sudden we need a day off or we need a month off, but our bodies are telling us something, right? Our body speaks to us. So yeah, so for me anyway, I'm getting 70, I'm gonna go 73%. Sometimes it feels like it's bouncing. It's like right now it's 71, now it's 73, that sort of thing. So it could be like maybe you're not feeling like you're breathing enough, maybe you have anxiety, so your physical shell is telling you that, right? Being physical, 30%. I'm not laughing, but I knew you would say low even if it was probably higher. So, Salima, I actually get that it's about 55% because you get up and you go to work and you help people with the physical body. So, you're probably teaching about the physical body. You probably have awareness of the physical body. I have seen you before, so you're going and you're going to work. You probably walk to your vehicle or walk to your transportation or however the hell you do that. So I'm getting it 55%, not 30, okay? I'm hard on myself, but 4 out of 10 comparatively to other times in my life. Okay, so Regan, I get for you about 78%. So again, the physical body could also be how in tune you are with your body, if you're listening to your body, if you're um like have a sleep schedule, if you have a food schedule, you get what I'm saying? If you walk to get to where you need to go to, if you shower every day, like there's so many different factors, okay? Used to be 0. So Lima, stop it. Physical body 50%, waiting for appointments. I have tried visual healing. Okay, but visual, that's great. So that's a little bit more of the mental I'm kind of getting. So we'll shift over to that too. So Tamara, I get for you 55. Okay? So we've got 73, 55, 78, and 55. So nobody here I'm feeling is under 55, even though they're judging themselves that way, okay? True, I was just looking at working out. Okay. Because a lot of it is it's body awareness, not body shaming, body awareness. So I think that's a big part of what we're working on here. So we keep shaming ourselves, we're not going to have body awareness. You get what I'm saying? Because we have it, but we're not really allowing ourselves to continue to feel that way or giving ourselves credit for all the work we're already doing. So our body's kind of sad. It's like, yeah, I'm doing so much for you. You asked me to. Say thank you. So, would you guys like to know that we can shift these cell receptors in your physical bodies so you can start aligning with your spiritual, your emotional, and your mental? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have your body attached to all of the other parts so that you can feel whole and well at the same time as continuing to improve this overall situation? So just say yes. Good. There's one person in here who thinks that you need to do fancy things in order to be physical. Like I see someone visualizing like them on a balance beam. So it's like you're seeing yourself doing like gymnastics or something, and that's great if you're visualizing yourself doing that. But what we're talking about is being overall like connected body, mind, and spirit. And so it doesn't mean that you're actually doing anything fancy. It's more just a body connection that we're working on right now. Okay. So I don't know if that's you, Tamara, but is there anyone who feel it could be um, Regan talking about going to the gym? Was it Regan? Yeah. So here we have this person with all this healing in their mouth. So I can't help but feel like food is playing a role for some people. I kind of get that Salima maybe is being hard on herself about what she's eating because she's being hard on herself about sitting on the couch and that sort of thing too. So would you like to clear and release anything that's holding you back from being able to visualize positive energy? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have overall health and wellness in your bloodstream? Okay, and who is stubborn here, really independent, and wants to be able to think for themselves all of the time? All movements, yes, please. Okay. So who is the stubborn one in here? Do you resist, like, do you feel like you need to be independent or do everything by yourself? I know, like a lot of entrepreneurs are like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like you're appreciative, but you still want to like do it all on your own. So it's interesting because I'm talking about like health in here, and of course, this program is starting up first thing in January. So usually people are getting on top of their health plan. So I'm not surprised. These things are, if this is what we kind of ended up with. I got this hate asking for help. Yes. Yeah. So we also have this beautiful card where she is very independent, but she also has friends and relationships. Yes. Lima, I really thought that was you, but you didn't say anything. So we're all sharing energy, guys. We are all feeling this, okay? We can be judgmental towards ourselves. We can be stubborn. Absolutely. I think everybody here kind of has that entrepreneurial side, okay? Terrible patient. I'm the care person. Yes. So I prefer to receive, or I prefer to give versus receive. So we were talking about give and take relationships, friendships. So that makes sense why this is coming up as well. Collective room, absolutely. So would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have healthy give and take in your relationships? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have more heart connection? So when you go to do things, you actually think about what your heart wants versus what your head wants. Would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to live without all of these fears that something bad is going to happen to you if you start trusting your heart? Good, and I'm feeling like there is also someone who is worrying about speaking up because they're gonna hurt somebody else's feelings, so they just don't talk about things. Does that relate to anybody here? Do you have a hard time speaking your truth? So this is our card. I don't know if anybody feels anything off of the card, where we're all intuitive here. Do you notice anything in that, if you're visual, if you're clairvoyant? Is she turning her back? Is she just standing up for herself? What's she going through? Anything that comes through for you? If this is you or our group, what might this person be representing? Is she worrying? She's taking a step back. She's like, no, I'm not sure if I want to do this. Right? I get she's all, nobody's sharing, but I'm getting she's all, as we're talking about speaking your truth and expressing yourself, I get that she's all excited to talk about something, and then she's like, meh, well, that's not important. I'm not important. Looks like my outfit today, doing my own time and things, trying to relax. Okay. So yeah, so I kind of get like she's really excited, and then when push comes to shove, where we're talking about motivation and things, fear creeps in, right? It's kind of easier for me not to. So it's getting out of that comfort zone, taking more risk. So would you like to clear, cut, cancel, and delete any trauma, any stuck frozen energy that's in and lingering around your body or your physical, also your physical mind? That's what I'm getting. Anything that's playing trick, like if your mind is, I'm just getting anything that's playing tricks on you right now, whether that's ego or depression or lack of stimulation or overstimulation, any of these things that are playing tricks on you, would you like to clear, cancel, and delete that? And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have healthy motivation in and around your life? So if you're feeling a little bit down, you have something that's healthy to go towards to help you get more insight and more support. And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have happiness and joy while you're working on motivation? So you feel like it's worth it because it is. And would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have healing start to flow through you so that when you feel scared or nervous, you can use a tool to help guide you into your next step? Okay. Oh, and would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have vacations in your life without all the fear and worry about time and money and all the people pleasing and stuff? Good. Oh, that feels easy. Now I'm seeing a piece of pizza. So, are you guys rewarding yourselves enough? Good. Okay. Are you rewarding yourself? Because what I want to work on here more moving forward, what I feel like everybody needs is some type of reward system. So, no, okay. If you could create a reward system for yourself moving forward as homework between now and next week, what would your reward system be? Sleep. Okay. Just to create more measurements based on what's been coming up. Because you're going to have a lot of stuff coming up between now and next week, okay? I like that. Okay. So Regan's shooting on herself. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing someone said sleep. Tamara said sleep. Salima says vacation. Regan says also, I think trip is what she's working on here, but there's something blocking her from that. Tamara's feeling some guilt. Is there anybody else in here working on this as well? Okay. So, Salima, what I get for you, because we're in everybody's records, my first ever passport arrives this late month. Okay, so it seems like everybody's again on the same page with that. Because this will help your health when you're able to recharge, right? Feels like we've got some burnout vibes here. People who just like work a lot, but then they don't really get the rewards from it. And then when they could get the rewards, then they kind of deprive themselves of those rewards. So, one of the things that I'm kind of working on here, I feel like MasterClass number one is creating a reward system as we're working on health. Um, Congratulations on passport. I will live to travel. I love that. Okay. So, so, um, so Salima, one of the rewards that I'm recommending for you for homework here is I feel like when it comes to money, because you are working on money, I rewarded myself with more time off last year, but I watched TV on this days. Okay. So what I was actually feeling and seeing for you is actually a jar. So between now and next week, okay, my invitation, this is more about keeping you guys accountable. This is why I want to keep working together, okay? And you can do it on your own. You can share in the spiritual support team as well if for some reason you can't make next Saturday. And again, you can join us in the program as well. And there's payment plans starting January 4th. I'd love to have you. But the spiritual support team is also another place where you can write some like experiences that you're having as well. And if you want feedback and support that way, I can go on and do some lesson talking there. So if you're watching this and you're not underneath my spiritual support team, I think that's where I'll have a little bit more conversation and dialogue about this program outside of here. So I can post some things. Okay. So Salima, one of the things that I get is a jar, okay, where you put money in it every single day. And I'm getting just even as simple as like 5 to $25 in that jar, okay? If one day you forget, or if one day it's less, or one day it's more, that's fine, but I'm getting put in a jar each day this week, $5 to $25, okay? That's your reward system. So you're putting that in the Salima jar as a reward, okay? And then when we get back together, we'll check in on that. I fear to fly by myself being so young and inexperienced. Okay. Well, that's fair because it's normal to fear that. So that's something definitely we could work on more as we continue. So Regan, one of the reward systems I'm getting for you is to dedicate time to journaling over the next week. And I'm getting just 10 minutes, okay? So that's 10 minutes a day to journal. And that could be about anything. If that's your fears, if that's things that you're visualizing, it doesn't matter about this portal or the new moon. See how you check it. We'll check back in. And again, you can use the spiritual support team to let me know how it goes if for some reason I don't find you next week or in the program, okay? but I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes over. I'm back up, bummed out, no problem. So, Tamira, one thing that I'm picking up for you as a reward system is every day, this is a simple one, the universe has my back. The universe has my back. And I'm just inviting you to say that one time a day over between now and next Saturday, over the next week. The universe has my back. You can say it more. It's okay if you forget to, but the universe has my back, a daily mantra. Okay, I think that that will be really helpful for you. Was there anybody else in here? I think it's just us now, guys. So that's kind of homework. What we're going to do here is, would you like to let go of any um, I'm getting information or inflammation that's still unresolved. Do you want to clear, cancel, and delete anything that you feel like got pushed aside or you've pushed aside that you've been ignoring that keeps getting your attention, that sort of thing? It's so your body's talking to you and you're just like, ah, it's fine. Or there's been little signs and you're like, ah, it's fine. But do you want to just clear and let go of that? Would you like to invite this healing light to start floating through you right now, especially over now and when we get back together or when I see you back on the spiritual support team, so that you can actually do these practices, do these homework with motivation, with love, with freedom, with creativity and support. Good. And I'm hearing end with unconditional love. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I self-sabotage because of this and stay in my comfort zone. Yes, and that's why I don't know if you're noticing, like the homework is a little bit um, more than others, different styles, just because we're all here as individuals. So we're sharing energy, but we also have different circumstances. So hopefully people watching the replay can also benefit from this. Yeah, so again, physical health's coming up, that sort of thing. So we're gonna also now visualize yourself closing that door that you opened, that you took all your past stuff and put through. Now we're going to close that chapter and close that door permanently, trusting that anytime you want to reopen that door and open up those old wounds, you can. But for now, we're going to politely keep that door shut and allow yourself to just explore whatever's coming through over your next period of time until we get back together. Whatever that looks like and feels like for you. So thank you so much for being here, guys. My classes, when I actually get into the program, are going to be an hour and a half. Today, we're just a small group. We're not able to really spend as much time talking to each other. So next week in our Zoom, again, it's free. We're going to be able to do more of an intimate setting and actually talk about things. So we'll spend a little bit more time allowing you guys to speak. Again, it's not recorded. So if that's something you're worried about, you don't need to worry. You're welcome. And we're going to politely integrate all of that energy, and we're going to seal that door. So again, with your permission, with love and light, and showing a little bit of gratitude for this beautiful practice tonight. And I hope you found it helpful. I'd love to hear. And again, guys, if you ever want to write a testimonial for me so I can throw that out and share that with other people that this is helpful, that you benefited from this, I would really appreciate that as well. And I will put my link tree. Actually, my link tree is already in the description. So any information that you need from me further, you'll be able to access that. So I hope you have an amazing night. So in the link tree, uh, there's a link in my description. It's underneath my bio and all my media as well. And that's also where I put my schedule in when I'm coming on and doing more things like that. But the link tree, you'll see like my specials that I have on for the new moon. I'm doing like a $7 new moon, like 5-minute video I send over with additional theta healing downloads. So again, if you're feeling like you're kind of struggling a little bit with this lingering energy here with the portal and the new moon, I'd love to support you a bit more. So yeah, that Zoom link is in the link tree. So it's free, and then it'll take you into that space at 7:15 next Saturday. All right, guys, any questions? I'd love to respond to those. So let me know, and I hope you guys have an awesome Remembrance Day. Bye for now, and thanks again. Bye.